Preoccupied with Puerto Rico, I'm Joe Downs for the ACES Insider. The college volleyball season is in full swing, and the focus of the Evansville women is on the court behind me. However, for three members of that squad, head coach Manolo Concepcion, Jocelyn Coronel, and Mildred Rodriguez, the focus is a bit shifted as their homeland and families have been devastated by Hurricane Maria and its very tragic aftermath.
The difficult thing is to make sure that I have a balance between what's going on outside of my job to when I get to my job. So when I get here, I try to just make sure that I give every single minute I have to our players, and devote it to what we're doing here as a program, and try to then when I get back home, then go back and try to contact my family if I can find them, and make sure that then I give thought of how I want to continue to help them, and it's a balance that is unrealistic because they're always on my mind, but at the same time, it is what we have to do at this moment, and that's what we're doing.
And Concepcion is a veteran head coach. The situation for juniors Jocelyn and Mildred is much different and much tougher.
It's been hard just because of, they're so young, that to go through a devastation like this and not being able to help directly because of the distance have been the biggest challenge for them, and to keep the focus on academics and also, and playing volleyball, it's not easy. One of them actually is in pre-med right now, so her classes are super difficult, and it demands a lot of concentration towards just like individual study, and so for her it has been even harder. One of our players, actually her mom lost her home, so for them to keep those things aside and and concentrate in real life has been difficult, but I commend them for how they have reacted to this and how they have not moved forward, but at the same time being able to live in the moment and make sure that they're still doing the things that they need to do.
With the loss of power in Puerto Rico, all three have found it nearly impossible to make contact with friends and family on the island, an island whose future Concepcion fears for.
It's not that we have been forgotten in this situation, but right now we're going through something similar that it happened when Katrina happened, that not a lot of people reacted until probably it was too late. We do need help, and this help should arrive immediately because this crisis can convert into something that there's no turning back. The projection right now is that if things continue to go the way they are, we'll go, of course, from a recession that we have been in the past 10 years to a depression. By 2026, half of our population will be emigrating. So it is difficult to see these things happening right now to our island.
But while Puerto Rico lacks for just about everything in the human tragedy that is this aftermath of a hurricane, its most precious commodity is running on empty.
The biggest destruction has been emotionally, because it's like losing hope. Hope is everything that you have in your life to actually create dreams, and the hope of things getting better is diminishing by the minute, because they know that you without power 4 months, it could definitely in these times could mean a large devastation for anyone, to actually get food, to actually being able to work, to actually being able to find money in any place, actually being able to travel, to use your car because of being afraid of not having enough gas for the whole week to go to work, because the lines right now in the gas stations are 5 to 6 hours, and sometimes you actually do not get anything because of being afraid also of limiting the ice that we have in the island right now to 2 bags per person per day. Things like that. That kind of fear can convert into anger, and anger can convert into higher crime rates, and then it's gonna create a domino effect that might be almost impossible to come back from.
The separation has been heartbreaking for both Concepcion and his players, something made tougher by the air transportation shutdown, something he hopes will be lifted soon.
No one has been able to go there right now because the airports are closed for commercial purposes. They're gonna open soon, but at this time what we're trying to do is to actually bring as much family as we can to the States. Now their worries about coming to the States is that if they leave their homes behind, what's going to happen when crime rate starts rising because of this desperation going on right now and this rebuilding of the whole island. So I think that they are in that in-between situation where do I leave the island and leave everything behind, or do I stay here and kind of like battle throughout this depression?
Now here's what you can do to help. There are bins set up here at the Carson Center as well as across campus. There's also a table set up at the Ridgeway Center. They are collecting water, canned goods, solar-powered lanterns, and batteries, all things needed to help Puerto Rico right now. There's also going to be 2 volleyball games next weekend, one against Northern Iowa, the other against Drake. Those games you can get into for $2 off if you bring a donation. Together we can all help out this great cause. For the ACES Insider, I'm Joe Downs. And remember, you can keep up with all things Evansville athletics on GoPurpleAces.com, as well as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and our YouTube channel.